Rejection. Yeah. Rejection. We still in the mini-series. Feeling some type of way. In Your Feelings mini-series. And this is the third installment to that. And I'm going to be talking about something I'm all too familiar with. And that will have to be rejection. I mean, all throughout grade school, middle school, high school, college, the Navy, now, whatever you want to call it. Like, my adult life. Whether it been jobs, whether it been opportunities, whether it been females, whatever, I have my share of rejection. And it's an unbearable feeling. Well, it's not unbearable because we do end up bearing it. We have to bear it. But it's hard and it's painful. And it's just so, it's just a horrible, horrible feeling. But we get through it. But really not that bad. It's really not that bad at all. Now, it feel bad. It does feel bad. And we talking about feelings. We talking about feeling some type of way when we get rejected. So of course it's gonna feel bad, but it's not bad. And I'm gonna explain to you guys why. So hopefully the next time you get rejected, or the next time you reject someone or something, you will look at it differently, and you will see that it's actually something that we need in life. I'm gonna get into that a little bit more later on in the post, but I kind of came up with this little theory. It's just mine. I mean, it's nothing in a book or that I know of. I don't think it's in a book. It's something I kind of came up with when I was coming up with this topic. But I came up with a theory that there are 5 phases of rejection, and I want to talk about each one real briefly today. The first phase of rejection is the denial phase. So when you first get rejected for whatever reason, it's like, what? Can't believe that. No. Who you think you is? I'm Altwan Wesson. I'm Wesson. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you ain't calling yourself rejecting me. I'm you know what I mean? I'm somebody. So you in denial. You can't believe it. It's disbelief. If they told you why they were rejecting you, or if you were told why you didn't get hired or whatever, it's almost like you don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel like, the hardest part of rejection is knowing why or not knowing why, And some people, that is the hardest part. But if you did know why, you might not believe it. Not at first, anyway. So that's the first phase, denial. Second phase, you begin to try to reason. You're trying to make sense of why you were rejected. So you're trying to find reasons, Yeah, they may tell you why, but it's like, okay, if that don't make sense, it got to be something else. It was me. It wasn't my breath. Was it, was I not, my hair won't brush, comb well? What was it? Am I not good enough? Do I not look good enough? Do I not, what is it? What was it? You're trying to make sense of it because you don't agree. And for you to understand it, for you to understand something, you want to agree with it, but you can't agree with something that rejects you. Chances are you don't agree with that. They don't agree with you, and you don't agree with them. So you try, and you never can find or never can make sense or get a reason for the rejection. That leads you to your third phase, the hurting. This is probably the most difficult phase of rejection, hurting. This is where you're at your low point. You know it. The person that rejected you know it. I mean, everything that you don't want somebody to see, they see it. Your anxiety, wondering if it's gonna change. You it's almost like you are in an unhealthy, hopeful disposition all the time. Maybe they'll change their mind. They don't never change their mind. You're sad. You moping around. You telling everybody that'll listen what's going on. Or you might not be somebody that's like that. You might keep it all in yourself, but you can't really hide it because it's shown all over your face. It's shown on your countenance. You appear weak. You feel weak. You don't care. If it wasn't your breath before, it's probably your breath now. You probably ain't brushing your teeth. You're letting yourself go. Your hair growing. It's knotty. You ain't shaving. Girls, y'all just sit in bed and cry all day and night. It's just, that period don't last very long. It lasts a little while, but it don't last too long. Because eventually somebody that care about you going to tell you, look, get up. Do what you need to do. Shave. What happened to you? What happened to you? This is a part of the healing process. This is that part of that phase of rejection, the healing. This is when it's important that you keep a circle of people that actually care about you. You need a circle. You need support system, a support, a system of people that really, really, really have you in their best interest. That will tell you the truth. Look, you don't need to talk to so-and-so anymore. Look, it didn't work out, but you need to focus and get back into it. You're talented. They begin to help you regain focus on what you are good at, what you do need to focus on, what you do need to accept about yourself. And once that healing have happened, then you begin the acceptance phase of rejection. And it's the self-acceptance, because if a person or institution or school or job didn't accept you, you need to accept you. If you don't accept you, and then the person or whoever, whatever it was, didn't accept you, like what? Now you rejecting you too. You can't reject you if somebody else reject you. You have to accept you. You are all you got. And that is why it's so important. It's so important to do things that you like. To have your own interests outside of other things. No matter what, it's going to be something that you enjoy. Joy is inside of the word enjoy. You have to create it. It's not just there. Like, you have to do it. You have to initiate it. So you have to do things. You have to find things about yourself that you can accept, that you are proud of, that you feel accomplished of, that you enjoy, man. Rejection is not that bad, though. Oftentimes you don't see it right away. You're not going to see it because it's not something you're going to agree with. But after a while, you end up seeing why you were rejected. And oftentimes it's never, because of the reason that the person or the institution gives you. It's never that reason. It's always probably something else. But oftentimes it's as simple as whatever it was, it just didn't fit you. Or whatever or you just didn't fit whatever it was. Sometimes it's just that simple. Nothing against people that are, engineers or mathematicians. But I reject engineering and mathematician type things. Like, I don't like it. I reject it, Now, I think highly of people that, can be engineers and do that type of work, or course of study or whatever, like just have careers in a field like that. I think that's great for those type of people that fit. But I have no interest, and I don't want to fit, because I feel like I just don't want to do it. I don't think of myself as less, but it's just, I reject that because it's just something that doesn't interest me like it would someone that loves puzzles and loves patterns and loves this and all that. Like, that's fine. I'm a talkative person. I like getting to the root of issues, like as far as like on a philosophical standpoint, or even on a psychology type standpoint, sociology. Like, I love that type of stuff. Some people hate to talk, and I can't, make them want to talk. I could have a meaningful conversation for a long time. I could probably even have a meaningful conversation about math and engineering, if it's meaningful. But if I can't find the meaning in it, I'm gonna probably reject it. That's all it is. Rejection, sometimes it's just as simple as it just doesn't fit who you are, or you don't fit whatever it is that was rejecting you. Rejection also can humble you, because you're not all that in a bag of chips. And what rejection can sometimes do is it can show you, wait a minute, yeah, I might be Altuan Wesson, but I ain't no better than nobody else, and I need to remember that. She just showed me I ain't nobody. I can always be replaced. I can always be, somebody will, tell you about yourself in that way. And you see yourself in a real light. That's part of the healing phase of rejection, and that acceptance part of rejection. What else? Oh, Jesus. He's rejected. He was rejected before. How could I forget that? God forgive me, please. We reject God. We've rejected God. We reject Jesus and his teachings. Honestly, I can see now that he doesn't ask us to do anything that he's not willing to go through. It actually tells us in the Bible that we will face rejection for his sake. For his sake, we're gonna be rejected. So for all it's worth, if you really, really, really honestly sometimes want to know why you're rejected, it could be because you got a piece of him inside of you, and it really don't have anything to do with you. It has everything to do with him. So don't compromise and try to change and whatever. Don't worry about being rejected. If you part of that family, God family, Jesus family, you're going to be rejected. It's going to happen a lot more than you want it to. And you ain't going to like it, but it's going to be fine, because he won't reject you. Even when you think he rejected you, he ain't rejected you. I'm telling you right now, for some reason, he just won't forget about me, Wesson West. And I mess up a lot, but I'm telling you, I thank God I'm part of his family. I thank God that he helped me, and I thank God he don't reject me. Questions, comments, concerns, feedback. I love y'all, and I see you next week. Stay out your feelings.